Hey Zacatech Nation, I am excited to talk to you guys about Yorgos Lanthimos' new movie, Poor Things, starring Emma Stone. This movie is absolutely wonderful, and I'm going to give you 4 reasons why it's a must-watch in 2023 and one of the best movies of the year. Let's attack it. Things this movie touches upon, the performances in the film, the interactions, are not something that you've never seen before in terms of like the content, but the way that they attack it here in terms of the cinematography, the way they use the sound and the score, and the way they structure the film, the way it looks, makes it feel like one of the most inventive films that I've seen in a long time. The movie is colorful, it's bright, it uses color in many different ways, starting in black and white and moving into color and then moving into different versions of certain things. Even the chapters separating each act is very different and have some meaning to it and something in the background that foreshadows something. There's a lot of creativity, a lot of heart, and a lot of time put into this film to make it feel very detailed that warrants multiple watches. Certain things I saw and I was like, wait. It's like I want to get the Blu-ray and pause it because this world is similar to our own, but just off kilter. Like it's a universe like right next to us, but just so different in so many different ways, especially with how the story is portrayed, all the inventive animals and ways of transportation, and the way that the world view is so similar to us, but just so different, and it really absorbs you and grabs you in. A lot of the same problems that we have in the world are there as well, so it grounds it, even though it feels so fantastical. And the inventiveness of the script and the way the film is shot and the tone that it builds, this kind of dark, hard R, almost NC-17 R-rated film, is helping the performances here have so much fun. There's so many great, outstanding performances here, but I have to start with Emma Stone. She is fantastic in this movie. She's always been great in movies. She's a grade A star, but this is probably one of her best performances as she plays a woman that committed suicide, is brought back to life, and has to start her life over from scratch in an adult woman's body. So we get to progressively see her kind of grow and learn things and go through different stages of being a baby, a teenager, a young adult, and then a more wise adult, and get to reflect. And I think that was really fascinating the way that they executed it, and it's going to be controversial to some people, but I thought it was very unique. And the things that it touches upon of someone being naive and learning the world for the first time, and the way they get to attack those things, she did it brilliantly. The way she played herself as a baby, it was just so funny. It was so funny, and it actually started discovering things sexually or things that was wrong with the world. Emma Stone just brought such a innocence and naivete to the role. It was devastating to see all those things taken away from her as she experienced all the things that we're becoming numb to in real life. And Jesus, I need to see Mark Ruffalo in more things other than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is fantastic in here. I would love for him to get a supporting nomination at the Oscars because he's such a integral part to the plot to this film, but he's so entertaining and he nails his comedic timing every single time. He plays a suitor for Emma Stone's Ella Baxter, who wants to take her to see the world, which is perfect for Ella because she's so curious about everything that's in the world because she's never seen anything. She's never moved or left outside of her house. And his comedic timing in this film, everything he had to say, it was just so funny. He just had me in knots the whole movie, but he was a great juxtaposition to her as they were together for a big part of the movie. And then some people like William Dafoe. You know, he's a master of this art. He does a great job as Frankenstein-like character. Ramy, youssef, who is kind of his assistant, does a really great job of playing a straight man. And even jerrod, Carmichael, who did a great job of playing like the cynic guy that she runs into. And they all represent different type of men that she has to meet in her life: the father, the boyfriend, the potential suitor, and really reflects different types of men in their life, some negative, some not. And the supporting cast is fantastic. There's other people I'm not naming. I don't want to spoiling surprises. And also there's certain actors that did a really good job. I don't know their name, but every person in here was having a blast. You could tell they were having fun making this movie, and how fun it was to watch this movie. It just, the fun just leapt off the screen, and it really made it an interesting, engaging story to watch, and the performances as well. I never felt bored. The themes in this movie are in your face. It's poignant, it's strong, it's very relevant, but the way they tackle it is so inventive and different and raw, and doesn't hold back. The script here is one of the best scripts I think I've seen in a long time in the theaters, where it's written in a way where it's just so off the wall and you're like, whoa, I cannot believe they just did that, but it's so real and so relatable, and things that maybe we don't talk about in real life for whatever reason, because it's taboo, or as they say in the movie, polite society, that I really love it. Just women discovering their bodies, their sexuality, someone, whether you're a man or woman, going from the naive state to discovering the world and seeing all the things that are great about it and how beautiful it are, the different sights and the food, but the juxtaposition of that is the poor, the hungry, the murder, the violence, and how certain people are discarded and seen as disgraces, and she's always questioning that the whole movie. Why is it like this? It really makes you think about it while also entertaining you at the same time, because the movie is so funny. The biggest and most special part of this movie is the fact that it's so funny and so raw. I mentioned earlier, this is a hard R, almost could have got an NC-17. There's a lot of sex in it, but it supports the story. It's not just in there for the male or female gaze or just to do it. It supports a lot of the aspects of Miss Baxter's growth as a woman and stuff like that, and it's really fun. It celebrates sex and doesn't demonize it. It talks about the good and the bad of it at the same time, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Different versions of it, the lovely ones, the disgusting ones, and different types of people that needs it. It's really interesting to see how the director and the writer really tackled all these themes and peel back all the fake layers of people and show the raw truth of them in it. That's another theme that I feel like this director does in most of his movies, which can make characters feel odd, but it's because we're not used to seeing the real rawness of people. And because you see the real rawness of people and it's so odd, there's so much comedic moments to be had, and the movie is so funny. I was laughing throughout so much. There's so much gross stuff in here. If you are faint of heart, this is gonna be rough. There's a lot of blood, there's guts, there's brains, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here that may make you feel awkward or uncomfortable, but the journey is so entertaining that I think it's worth it. So yeah, this easily cracked into my top 5 favorite films of the year. This movie has been hyped up for like the last 6-7 months, and I think it's worth all the hype. Emma Stone is fantastic in the lead role here, and I no doubt she's gonna get a nomination for lead actress, but I think that Yorgos Lanthimos, Mark Ruffalo, and a bunch of other performances should be considered as well. Cinematography, the sound, everything is knocking on all cylinders with a great story that was super memorable and looks like it could be super rewatchable. I want to show a lot of people this movie, even though it's really weird. I think that everyone can get something out of it. So with that said, I'm gonna give Poor Things an A. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate Poor Things if you've seen the film yet? And if you have not, if you're on the ropes or just wanted to get, reassure your opinion, let me know if you're gonna go check it out after my review. If you like my review, hit that like button and attack the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you can notify my reviews, reactions, live discussions, and much more. You can watch more content right now.